everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for Hip Kit Club. I am playing along with the weekly challenge and I'm using the June kits. The challenge is to use a large title, mixed media and ephemera. So I'm using all of those. Now I started off this layout in a very different way to how it ended. So I initially started off with this large piece of that wonderful striped paper on the corner, and I wanted to put clouds on the background using the cloud stencil, but it didn't really work out that well. It didn't look good. I wasn't happy with it, and when I put my photo on other bits and pieces, I wasn't happy. So I've started again, really. So I just discarded the background with the clouds on, and I'm now putting clouds onto a piece of marshmallow cardstock. So initially I had textured, and this time I'm using smooth, and the paste goes on much better by using the smooth. I am doing two different colours, and I'm creating four clouds in each colour. So I have used the blue one that came in the June kit, and I'm using a greeny coloured one that came in a previous kit. It may have been a year or maybe even 2 years ago that we got this one, so it was quite a while, but I still have it and it's still awesome. So I thought those two colours together went really well. Okay, so they're now dry, and I'm going to cut those out, fussy cut those out, and use them on my layout as ephemera. So what I also wanted to say is that I've already cut out some clouds from that wonderful blue paper. I distressed the edges. No, I didn't really distress them. I inked the edges with a navy blue ink just to give them a bit more detail around the edges. And then I've punched them again using vellum, and I've layered the vellum on top of the blue clouds and stapled them in place. So basically I'm going a bit cloud crazy because I have these clouds that are made from the embellishment mousse, and I have the punched clouds, which are double layered with vellum. So I've also die cut some little stars using a Bramble Fox die, and they're really cool. I love those. They're brilliant for layering. So I've cut those out of black cardstock. So I've gone a little bit off piece there. We didn't have any black cardstock in our June kit, so I'm just grabbed a bit from my stash. One of the requirements for the challenge was to use a large title, so I'm going to get that in straight away. I really wanted to use this word adventure, and I loved it on that striped paper on the green. I had already stuck that on, and I've raised it up on foam pads when I was going to have it on the corner, now I have just chopped that down a bit, so I've only got blue and green colours showing, and then I've popped that at the top of my layout. So now I have got my title in place already. Do you know what? That's a really great thing to do, because quite often my title is an afterthought. So it's good to have got the title in first, especially because it's so large. Such a large element needs to be worked in from the beginning rather than try to be added at the end. So yeah, I'm happy that that's in, and now I can arrange all of my other elements onto the layout. So I've got my star die cuts up there, my clouds, the ones that I've used made with Nuvo and the stencil, and then my punch clouds are going in as well, and I'm also layering the black star die cuts behind the black clouds too, and then I've got my little photo, which is a little square photo, which is going to just go in the middle there, and then I'm going to have everything kind of cascading down from the large title. I ran into some technical difficulties with this video, guys, so I'm really sorry that the screen has shrunk down a bit there, so apologies for that. Bear with me, it's going to remain like this for the rest of the video, but I think it's actually slightly more zoomed in than the previous screen, the frame. Basically, I had some issues with where my camera was, and then when I tried to crop into the video to make it closer, then I lost all the surround for some reason, which is very strange. I don't know why it doesn't make it full screen, but anyway, apologies for that. It was either bear with me or have no video, so I figured this was better than nothing. So yeah, apologies for that. Technology is great when it works. Hey, I'm just carrying on adding in bits and pieces. I've really layered up under my photo with the Happy Blooms floral ephemera. I love the ephemera, it's so beautiful. I've picked out most of the blues. There are lots of pinks as well, but I didn't want to bring in pink as a colour onto this layout. I'm really loving the blue and green feel to this. It's an outdoor photo, and I wanted to stick with that kind of colour scheme rather than bring in too many more other colours. Top right, I've just added a small cluster, so one floral ephemera and a little black and white transparent sticker. I'm adding those little transparent black and white stickers, floral stickers around the big cluster, just poking them in here and there. I've added some chipboard flair by Pink Fresh Happy Blooms, and more flowers from the floral ephemera. I've also got a few little labels in place there as well. So I've got a happy day, my favourite, and another my favourite. The little flares have a heart on and the word yes. And then I have another little label, which is an arrow with a light blue bit on the left, and that's just going to hold my date. So I haven't written that in yet, but I will do. Okay, nearly getting there. It's pretty much coming along really well. I'm just adding in some enamel dots and some little stickers, puffy stickers, and making sure everything is stuck in place. I'm liking how this is looking. I'm liking it a lot more than I like the diagonal corner design that I started off with, so I'm happy that I changed things up a bit and moved things around, and now I'm just going to finish off with a few splatters of paint. So I've just pulled out a dark blue and a green to match my papers and embellishments, and I'm just going to add the splatters around the big cluster. Obviously there's only one really big cluster here, so I'm just going to add those all around the big cluster, and I'm going to do, say, both colours, so the blue and the green. They're both Shimmers paints. I have lots of those. And then I'm just going to hand write in my journaling, which is just a couple of lines about what they are doing. They are building a den and having loads and loads of fun. Okay, so that is my layout complete. There you go, just a bit of a close-up there. Now going into the proper photos. So again, sorry, apologies about the cropped in screen. I'm not quite sure why that was all went wrong. Anyway, hopefully that'll be okay for next time. So here's the close-up photos. I hope you enjoyed this layout. I actually really enjoyed how it turned out in the end. Don't forget that if you are a Hip Kit Club subscriber, you get the main kit at a reduced price, 15% discount off all add-on kits, and you get access to exclusive subscriber cut files. So lots of reasons to subscribe. Okay, thank you so much. Don't forget to join in with the weekly challenge over on the Facebook group. Okay, happy scrapping. That was Nikki Rowland for Hip Kit Club.